Good morning. Good afternoon. There we go. We are live. Good afternoon. Let me turn the volumes down. There. I hope everybody's doing halfway good. Today's Friday the 13th. if we get one of those superstitious people, supposed to not be a good day. I had a good day, so be more on. How you doing, my friend? Chris and Sabu. Yeah. Got 5 people watching. Thank you guys for coming out. There we go. Hope you can see me okay. Chris will says take his ex-wife back. Lynn is his ex-wife. I don't know. He didn't say that during our phone conversation. We had a phone conversation through on my Facebook Messenger, and he called me up and had a very good conversation. Very, very good conversation. And yeah. He's here, not here in Thailand, but he's here somewhere in Southeast Asia, he says. And he's been working and taking care of his business. And he says he wants to do a comeback. So a comeback, what does that mean? But I guess he's gonna come back. And I told him when he does his comeback, come on my show and do his comeback. And he laughed at me. He said he's gonna have a show first, and then afterwards he'll come on my show. He'll call me up and ask if he could come on as a guest. But he wants to do his comeback on his own, like just him telling everybody that he's back. Kev, you look healthy. Weight loss is amazing. Well, yeah, doing my best. Different diet, different they said word temperature. So yeah, everything. My legs are doing good. My feet are doing good. Everything is doing good. And I'm just day by day getting by, getting along. Oh, we got a super chat. Thank you, Joseph. We got a $50 super chat right off the bat. We salute you. Thank you very much. Got Gypsy in the house. What? Yeah. Well, I asked him how is he doing, and naturally he always says, just like I tell everybody, I'm just busting it. But yeah, he is doing good. When we were talking, he did a lot of praising of me being back here meaning back in Southeast Asia. And he said he was very proud of me making my leap here. And he said he was one of the people that wasn't how did he say it? He was one of the people that thought I wasn't gonna make it. Ta-da! But yeah, I I like to thank him. It was in the afternoon when he called me, and we talked for like around 15, 20 minutes, and had a good conversation. Douglas Williams, how you doing, my friend? I talked to him briefly earlier, and he told me that him and his lovely wife is going out for dinner, and he was going to come back by the time I start. So thank you, Doug, for coming up and hanging out with us here in the bullpen. Stay away from the bar girls, boy. Yeah, Joseph. Well, staying away. I mean, yes. Well, no, but going crazy with your money now. That's yeah, that's not good. You I have weakness. I like to hang out and uh how do you say the word? Hang out, uh, talk to, because talking is free, right? But but afterwards, I mean, a 1,500 Thai bar fine, and then they add on like another 2,000 for their like. I don't do short time. I do like overnight. So, like I think a short time is like 1,000 Thai baht. Overnight can be around two. Depend, like if you never met the girl before, then she makes like the price high. But I only know like two girls that I talk to and hang out with, and yeah. So it's like if you know the person, they don't they don't jack the price up. They'll keep it a little bit dry. Have some water. I understand. Pennsylvania trucker is doing good. Give a big thumbs up for Pennsylvania trucker. He had like a neck surgery, like back of his neck surgery and lower back surgery. And from what I understand, everything is so far good. He already did it, had the surgery, and now he is recuperating. So yeah, I wanna give a big shout out to Pennsylvania trucker Mark, and I wish him the speedy recovery and whatever he's gonna do after he recovers. I the other day I got two Japanese men that old, a little bit older than I am, and they took me to Tree 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 Town, and boy, that is huge compared to Walking Street. Tree Town is just a wow. I was very impressed, and we went. They took me to a is it like a gentleman's club, a go-go bar? I don't know what the difference is between them, but yeah, they took me to a go-go bar, and boy, it's Links go-go bar, and I've been to a lot of um gentlemen clubs in the US, like in Alaska and everything. And boy, this place, nothing like the ones in Alaska is nothing like here. Because in Alaska you can't touch. Only look and buy them drinks. But Here, oh my God. Definitely Sodom and Gomorrah at these gentlemen clubs. I mean, yeah, but luckily I wasn't. They bought me my Japanese friends bought me beer, and um, one had a girl, and the other one had a girl, and I was just watching, and man, you use your peripheral vision. You don't literally stare. Barry said he might come to Thailand. Any chance? No, I got nothing. No. Why would I want to meet up with the hunchback? I mean, especially when he's been talking smack about me, and I don't even talk about him. I mean, maybe you guys come on and talk about him, but I don't literally talk about Barry. So it's pretty funny that no, I've got no interest in hooking up with him. I mean, my time is too valuable, too precious to hook up with Bama. I mean, and how is he going to come to Thailand from jail? We could have a special guest come on in a little bit, and I was talking to him earlier, and yeah, I got no problems with people coming on and talking and giving their point of view. So hopefully, I'm back in Bangkok again this week. All right, Jojo. I hope you have a good, safe trip. Always don't buy them bar girls a drink. Don't ring the bell. Inside joke. Frank's lonely horse. The U.S. government would take his passport. His own child support. I don't know if he owes child support or if he anything. I don't know nothing about him. I don't really care um about him. All right. I have a guest backstage that wants to come up and say hello to the troops. So we will let this gentleman come in.
We are here. We are
Hey,
here.
well,
Yeah, me and Kevin had a nice rap session before the show. I was backstage with him. I'm alive. I'm not in a hospital. I'm not walking with a cane. Okay. Anyway, I wasn't going to be on long because I'm going to have an early night tonight. We had a pretty busy couple of days in the lovely Cebu, Cebu. I had to renew my visa again. Had to go through all that shit again. Had to take care of business with the court and blah blah blah. Yes, Barry did plead guilty, but we didn't accept his plea unless certain terms could be
oh,
met. I just want to straighten something out because I've heard some of his shows. He's all ecstatic and happy, like he sees the light, the freedom. But I can't say much about it except his lawyer is trying to get us to dismiss the case, and the case is not going to be dismissed. Um, if he wants his freedom, and it is possible, but he has to go under certain terms, and if that's not met, then there's a new hearing in
is
March.
it terms
So
or conditions?
what's that? What's the question again?
So
What?
you're talking about the certain.
Oh, there are certain
You're
conditions.
saying
Oh
you're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
make
yeah, yeah.
certain like
Well, 5 business days. My lawyer has to put in a motion, and what we're demanding, and if he really wants, and this is the only way he's ever going to get anything close to freedom, there's certain things that he has to do. And I'm not going to go into detail. There's several things, but if that can't be met, then there's another hearing in March, and the case will just continue. His lawyer wanted to dismiss the case, but said there's no way in hell we're dismissing the case. Um, for a lot of reasons, we wouldn't dismiss the case because, well, let's put it this way. Well, I'd have to talk about that, but no, we didn't dismiss the case for one, and for two, uh, we did not accept his, you know, see, the thing is, he already gave his guilty plea to the court. He can't change that. That's it. There still might be
Oh,
some
he
kind of
did plead
conviction.
guilty, huh?
He pleaded guilty, begged the judge, "I'm a good guy, and I apologize to the country and the people, and all that." He was on screen. He didn't even come to court. He didn't even come to court. And he said to the people, "Yeah,
Oh,
I saw Frank there, but he had something in front of him. It might have been a cane." No, I was holding my cell phone against my chest. Well, actually, a little lower to my chest, against my stomach. I had my hands in front of me. So I guess the word was that Frank, oh, was it Brevis, the asshole, came on the other day. So, oh, yeah, somebody's seen him and he's walking with a cane. Now I'm walking with a cane, or I was in the hospital, or I died, or something.
huh.
No,
So
here's the
he
fact.
mistaken your cell phone as a cane.
Yeah, from a distance. So no, he was holding on to something. He said he's holding on to something. Yeah, I think it probably was a cane. Oh, shut the fuck up, dude. Just shut the fuck up, really. So he pleaded guilty, and I can't go into a lot of detail because it's ongoing, except that there has to be a certain compromise. And it's possible that he can get deported like he wants to, but the discussion with me and my lawyer, if he doesn't cooperate, then chances are he'll see another hearing in March of next year. And this will go on for probably a very long time, which means he'll still be incarcerated. And as long as if he doesn't make certain agreements, yeah, it looks like his incarceration will go on for a very, very long time. Now he's hoping that I get
Wow.
deported out of the country, and nothing is written in stone on that yet. And we're taking care of that as I speak, uh, in our own way, other than him having his
Uh-huh.
girlfriend, you know, uh, squash the case to
Instigate.
allow her boyfriend to leave the country. As long as her complaint is there, he's not leaving the country. Let's put it that way.
Oh,
And yeah,
so the ongoing.
just take my word for it. Her complaint stays there. He remains incarcerated for a long time. That's it. I can't go into any great details other than what I can tell you now because he's talked about a few stuff on his show, but it wasn't exactly, truthful as you would imagine, of course. But he kind of blew it up a little bit that he's practically on his way home for mom's cooked dinner and all that other stuff, and that just may not be a reality, but it could be. It could be. It could be a reality for him if certain terms are met. I could tell you that. I'm being a little lenient with him, which I don't have to. But basically, it all comes down to one thing. He was using his girlfriend to put this sword over my head. In other words, my girlfriend's not going to, she's not going to, remove herself from that complaint. And I'll use it over Frank's head as leverage. And that's exactly what he was doing. But everybody realizes now, immigration understands that, he admitted that he coerced her into doing this. We got the recording, all that stuff. We got it. My lawyer did put in another addendum to the memorandum that the Board of Inquiries was requiring. Very well written and with evidence both on a
Huh.
video card.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. I mean, it's I can't predict what's going on, but even if they wanted to do deportation based on her complaint and they didn't want to, listen to what we had to say, there are other steps that we can take. So it's not written in stone that I'm going to be leaving the country because of a complaint put against me. It's absurd. There was no evidence. Nobody called her a whore or a prostitute. They know that. He played a tape on there, and all I ever said was that, well, you know, it was about conjugal visits, and that's not evidence. And he's saying I threatened him, or no, threatened her family and threatened her. I never threatened her, never threatened her family. So that's all bullshit. That was on the report. That was all bullshit. He keeps on saying it over and over again. Yeah, yeah, you threatened my girlfriend. You called her a whore and a prostitute. I never did. I never did. Never. And he says he produced the tape of it. He brings one on, and all I said on there was conjugal visits, and they do have conjugal visits in prison systems and jail systems. There's nothing wrong with that at all. She hasn't proven anything on her complaint, and my lawyer wrote up some really great stuff. I got a good team, and I even had my other lawyer, which is his partner, escort me over to the immigration office the other day, and I renewed my visa. I got my second time. I'm a little early, but I renewed my visa for the second time, even with the charge sheet on me. So there you go. You know, yeah. Well, insinuation, Don. I see your comments on there. Insinuation. You call it what you want. To satisfy yourself. But anyway, I'm not walking with a cane. I'm not in a hospital, and I'm not dead. I'm actually doing very well. Thank you very much. And I'm not all stressed out over this shit. I just want it over like as much as Barry wants it over. But there has to be certain terms agreed on. If they can't agree on that, then we will not accept his. Not accept his. I'm not on camera. Don't worry. I will not accept his guilty plea. We did not accept it. We will accept it if certain terms are met. However, he can't change his plea to the court. He already told the judge that he's guilty. So that is not going to change. Okay. At least to the court, his admittance. So he kind of fucked up on that. He probably shouldn't have pleaded guilty, but he did. He pleaded guilty, and that's probably, I don't know, maybe wasn't the best thing, but he knew he had the odds against him. Everybody's seen the evidence on screen, and you know, he shot himself in the foot. And who does he have to blame but himself on that? That's all he has to blame is
Is
himself.
he still having shows talking bad about people? Me?
Of course, of course.
Oh wow.
Well, his girlfriend don't do any more shows anymore. He got he got his other channel removed, is what happened. And that's why he went back to exploring America. It's really funny. Exploring America. You're in jail. Exploring America. If he ever gets to America, I mean, exploring America. And if he did get back to America, he's probably going to wind up in jail again because he's claiming that he doesn't know any child support. That shit doesn't go away for a long time. Okay, it becomes a felony, and he has other bench warrants on him too. So he wants to go
Oh,
back to America so bad, so bad. But what he has to face in America, he's probably not going to return to Alabama, no matter what he says, because he's got too much going on out there. So he's a man with no country in a way, a man with no state. I don't know. Wind up in bumfuck Egypt in a cardboard box somewhere. Yeah. Let's see, not see. Hello, Don. Don's in style. I'm redundant. I think you got the wrong person. My name is not Barry Jordan. Every single show. I'm not guilty. I never said that. And calling me a chomo, child molester, child predator, small dick, erectile dysfunction.
yeah. He called a whole bunch of people child molesters and
Yeah,
stuff.
he
I mean,
thinks it's
throughout
just
his
so.
time.
Yeah. Well, when he gets mad at people, that's what he calls them. But now he finally understands. It took this long, Kevin. He finally understands that you can't say that here in the Philippines, and you can't say that in America either. You can't do that. Why does it take him fucking 20 months almost to realize that somebody had to straighten him out? I don't know who did, but he started to realize, well, I guess his lawyer did. And the reason the lawyer said right on camera there, because his lawyer was on the screen, he said that he had, I forgot what the exact words are, but he had a very uncompliable or client. In other words, Barry was not listening to anything that his lawyer had to say to
Oh,
him.
yeah.
In other words, he was a rogue client and did not want to listen to the good advice of his own attorney, and he still
Hmm.
maintains he's not getting his Social Security. Well, I'll tell you what, he gained some weight. You lost and he gained, and the money's got
Hmm.
to be coming from somewhere. I don't think a lot of people are sending him donations, and I think his girlfriend can only do what she can because she has herself to think about, and rightfully so. And I don't hate his girlfriend. I want to get that straight. And this is all Barry's projections and trying to. He used his own word, coerced, and I got the tape of it, and my lawyer has it, and that's being presented to the Board of Inquiries too. In fact, it was just sent out actually yesterday. No, this morning. I'm sorry, this morning. It was just sent out, registered mail on that, and so the board has a little bit more information that there is a tie between him and his girlfriend, and it was an actual staged or planned event to try to get me thrown out of the country based on basic revenge. And they see
Yeah.
this; they're not stupid.
Gonna
Immigration
try to take
sees it.
it back.
Well, don't forget there's the old counter affidavits we put in, and that was mentioned in there. And even some of his threats were mentioned. Now, the case is not about his threats, but it is part of the case. Now, I didn't have to testify. I was scheduled to, but because the first thing that came on, boom, and he's on camera and he started, Your Honor, could I please address the court? And he tried to be nice and kissing the judge's ass like you wouldn't believe. And the judge saw right through that. I'm sure he did. I love the country. I don't mean to do this to the court and disobey the laws, but I don't really. I don't really know the laws in
Hmm.
this country. The hell you don't know the laws in this country. The hell you didn't know the laws. He never done anything to anybody, and I apologized to the court. Didn't apologize to me and my girlfriend that he calls a
Yeah.
baseball team and he knocks her because she has multiple children. I don't know what's wrong with her having many children. They're wonderful kids. They're in good
Uh-huh.
positions in college, and one's a certified public accountant, one's going to engineering, one is going to be study to be a lawyer. I'm only raising two of her children. That's it. They're not all living here, although they're visiting. We got some occasions coming up this Christmas. Her birthday's in January. And no, she's not 55 years old. She's 49 at the moment. And I'm not walking with a cane. I haven't been in the hospital. I didn't die. I'm right here. And I just haven't been on because I am officially off YouTube, period. I might make it a cameo thing like on shows like yours or something sometime. I'll think about that. I'm doing it right now.
Sure.
No,
You're
Me and
welcome
Kevin had a
anytime.
yeah, me and Kevin had a pretty good talk before the show, and he's got an idea what's going on. Of course, couldn't elaborate on everything with him, but I gave him
Yeah.
some good advice on his situation out there and all that. And I could pretty much see what's going on. He's got to make some decisions on where he wants to be. And I'm understanding that Seth Style he's going to make an appearance on the show tonight, or what's the deal?
Good. Good. Well, not maybe not tonight. I told him that I'm gonna have a show. But yeah, he's gonna do a comeback. He's gonna
Uh,
definitely
I,
gonna
I
have a comeback.
I think he really should. But there's nothing interesting on YouTube anymore. I'll tell you what, in my free time, I'll go through. I got people's different show names on my little roster here and bookmarks, whatever you want to call them. There's nothing. There's nothing much in the immediate Philippines community that's worth listening to. There's really been nothing except Barry blabbering and crowing and beating his chest and saying he's living a good life in his cell and not going out of his mind and all that when it's clearly
Hey,
clear that he
Brian.
is. So anyway, we got Philly. Philly's your show still on? I can't find you. All I got is that guy, not Philly in the Philippines. And that's a guy who's really against you. And he has a show called Not Philly in the Philippines. And it's all he does is attack Philly. I'll be honest, I punch in
Oh,
Philly and I
wow.
can't find I can't find his channel. Is he still on? Because I can't find his channel. Did he change his name or what's going
Hey,
on with
Brian, are
that?
you still on? Do a little plug for your show.
So how hurt did Pennsylvania trucker get in that accident, by the way?
Well, he just had surgery this week on his back and on his neck. They actually cut him open and everything. So evidently, he got hurt pretty good. Brian says, "I'm still around."
What did he hit or what hit him?
I believe another vehicle. Don't quote me, but I know it's a vehicle, but I'm not sure what kind.
Well, I'm sure that the vehicle got more damage than his truck.
But I think it's another semi
Oh my God.
from
That's
what
like
I understand.
that's like a train hitting another train head on. That's a lot of metal. He must have got
So
pretty messed up.
hopefully he's going to get a some kind of money back out of it.
Well, that's good. He's at retirement age, and maybe he doesn't have to do any more trucking after that. Maybe he should. It's not healthy being behind that wheel all day anyway. He's not circulating his blood. He can't walk a certain distance. He does smoke a lot. Um, Maybe it's time for him to just hang up the good buddy stuff and Big 10-4 stuff and just retire. You know?
Well,
Yeah,
hopefully, like I
maybe.
said, if he gets a payout out of it, he is going to come somewhere tropical and
Well,
take it
I hope he
easy and
does.
recuperate.
Well, I hope he does. I hope he collects big on that. I mean, if he's
Maybe,
got that
maybe he
much
could
down,
go. Maybe he could go bring Bama a Happy Meal.
oh, I highly doubt it. Yeah, with poison on it. Yeah, probably.
Okay, because
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
like I said, Bama talked bad about me, Pennsylvania trucker, you, a couple other people. So
Well,
yeah,
Don's
he's
saying
very not innocent.
If Barry had a few bucks, he'd have me in jail with him, unless he's going to pay somebody off. Unless he's going to pay somebody off. No, the facts are the facts of the case. He either did something or he didn't do it. That's all. It ever comes down to black and white. Did you or did you not call Frank a child molester, predator, and every other name, a chomo, a cum guzzler, all the famous
Wow.
lines. Oh God, he called me everything in the book, and he thinks he could get away with that, but obviously he didn't. Put it this way: uh, it's going to go on 20 months. That could be a loan punishment for him, and it would have been earlier than that. I mean, he didn't know he could get bail. How could he be that stupid? How did he couldn't get bail before the charges, especially before the charges were put against him? Come on, he didn't know he can get bail. I mean, how stupid can you be? But of course, when the charges happened, he still could get bail to a point, I think. I'm not sure, but he's in a position now where, you know, I hate to use that expression, I'm in a driver's seat, but I think neither one of us is in the driver's seat at this point. It's a game of uh what would I call it?
Wit-
Attrition or something. He figures he's got his girlfriend over my head, and he's control of that. Although he says that he never, coerced his girlfriend, but he said it online. We got the recording of it, and that's sent over today. In fact, to the Bureau of Inquiries, Immigration, whatever, Special Inquiries, and all that. So either the immigration drops her complaint, or she drops the complaint and manages, if she really cares about her boyfriend that much, she might be able to get him some freedom. And I think that's the only way that's going to work. So we had a couple of demands that I won't talk about, but I think if he follows through on this, that might be his only chance to be able to exercise his summary deportation order. I think that's what it's Um, I don't think he's going to be home for Christmas. And
I don't think so either.
Don
Maybe New
says
Year's.
Don says it's still early and my Christmas gift can come true. You thrown out on your ass and bummer in jail. Well, I can't predict the future, but I'm a person who could handle any situation that comes upon me pretty well. I was gone from my girlfriend for a year and 2 months with the COVID thing going on. We dealt with it. We talked to each other every single freaking day.
Yeah.
You know, something that happened like that, she could visit me somewhere in Asia, whatever. As long as we keep in touch, I'm good. It's not what I want, of course, but you know, it is what it is. Either the immigration office says, well, we're not going to, we're going to quash this complaint based on what we provided to them as evidence against it, and or he has his girlfriend actually drop the case, which actually, whatever comes first. But he's the one that's got to enact pretty quick, not me. And as I said, even if the Department of Deportation said, well, we think that you should be deported, there are two avenues that we could still take. So I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, even if something like that didn't turn out in my favor. So I think people are kind of confused about this. Yeah, they're just very confused about this. You're just listening to what he has to say. He's got his hopes up, and let him get his hopes up. It could work out for him, but unfortunately, he has to do a little work, and he knows probably what he has to do. And if he doesn't do that, I could
So he
probably
has to
tell
do
you
some backpedaling.
he's going to have to do something because if he don't, he'll definitely get a conviction. No, the case is not being dismissed. We never dismissed the case. His lawyer wanted us to do that. He said, no fucking way. No fucking way. He'll be able to get back out of the country, but he will not be able to come back in the Philippines. Okay, he's already pleaded guilty, and he's got the immigration against him on his 7-year overstay, and he's also got the 5 counts of cybercrime on him, and he's already pleaded guilty to the court. So, in a sense, he kind of buried himself on his own. I didn't tell him to plead guilty. That's something he did on his own. He felt like he got something heavy off his chest, but not yet.
Well,
If he
I
doesn't,
understand somebody said he's celebrating because of what he said, like
well,
telling the judge that
well,
he's
I
guilty,
wouldn't,
so now he's celebrating.
I wouldn't celebrate that yet. I think he's a little bit ahead of himself on here. No,
Hmm.
Vicatan Battaglia. No, I'll never wind up in Vicatan. Oh, Don's in style. I see that, but that's okay. I expect that from Don. Dandy Don. I think Don should be putting live shows on, is what I think. He needs to stir things up. I mean, he always stir things up, but I think he should go on live and put his wonderful face on camera and do his own free speech show and talk about what he wants to instead of just appearing off camera like a coward that he does on a regular basis and show who he is to everybody. Speak his mind. He's got the right to do that, and he's in another country, so he doesn't give a fuck what he says about me or anybody else. To me, Don's a coward by not going on camera and at all, actually, and spewing out all his hate. But that's Don. We're all used to that. Okay, let's see. Conjugal visits. Yeah, exactly. Conjugal visits. You're right. That's what it is. Frank on stability meds. No, I haven't taken anything today. I'm not on stability meds. Why? Because I'm not yelling. You want me to yell? I'm not going to yell on anybody. Anyway, I'm officially off YouTube, and people are wondering. I haven't heard from Frank in a couple of weeks. And that's pretty rare not to hear me in
How
a
long
couple
you
of
been
weeks.
off?
About a couple of weeks now, I guess it's been. Yeah, I've got 3 shows on there. That's it. It was about Barry's statements or something on there. That's all I got on there. That's it. There's no uploads. There's no new live streams. There's nothing. Nothing at all. People say I can't do it, but as I said, it was time. It was a long time ago. It was time. So
Yeah, you've been around for a long time.
I'm not even going to respond to Don's comments and give him the credit to do so. But I just figured I'd pop on. I'm going to go to bed early Saturday. We had a pretty long couple of days. You have no idea. We had to run all over the place. Had to do shopping, SNR, of course. Um, had to go to immigration to renew my visa again. They only give you 2 months. I'm actually a little early on that. So I got my visa renewed
Oh,
again and all that. So, but this has to be settled. It does have to be settled. I got an exit clearance I have to do in the future. And so we got to get this ball in motion and get all the bullshit out of the way. If Barry wants to really leave the country, unfortunately, not everything turns out the way he wants to when he wants it. Look what he's done so far and how long he's been incarcerated. He admits to everybody on YouTube that he called me it. He calls me very openly now. He admitted to the court on big screen. His mouth dropped when he seen that. For some unbeknownst reason, how could he think I didn't have the evidence when some of that shit was presented on YouTube itself? Then he has to see it to figure it out.
yeah.
Did I? How did he download that? Where did he get those videos? Well, I recorded them. Look, I am technically not very efficient in technology, but I know how to download and copy videos. And what was he thinking? So you should have seen the shock in his face when 5 videos of him were presented on a big screen. I looked back, I seen him, and he's like, "Oh shit." Oh shit. Then later on he says, "How the hell did he get those videos?" So he had to admit to everybody on YouTube that, he was guilty. I mean, what else could he do? The cat's out of the, box, whatever. I mean, what are you going
Hey,
to do? You're going to
Bama,
deny
what's
it?
going on?
Yeah, well, you could admit you're guilty too, but you won't do it. You can't admit what you did to my girl, right? And you want
We're
her
not
to.
going to discuss.
You
I'm not
won't.
going
No,
to
no, no.
discuss
Yeah, we
anymore
are.
the
You,
court
you
case.
want her to dismiss. You want her to drop the complaint on you, but you refuse to drop the case on me. I'm going to
I'm not
explain
making
something
no
to you.
comment.
I'm going to explain something to you, little man. Her case, her
Little
complaint
man,
has nothing to do with
little
me, little
man,
boy. You heard me,
little
little boy.
man.
Her
You're
complaint has
five
nothing to
foot
do with
two
me.
inches. You're
So
five
it
foot
don't
two
matter how
inches.
tall I am, Frank. Well, what difference does it make how tall I am, little boy?
Because you
You need
said
to
you were
understand.
5'8".
You need to
Because you said
understand.
you were 5'8".
It don't matter. It doesn't really matter. You
No,
know
it don't.
you're a clown, dude. You're a fraud. You're a fake, dude. You're a bully, and you don't like people standing up to your ass. It's like you
Let him.
telling Big Kevin he needed to go home. I think he needs to go home too, but I'm not going to get on here and make fun of him like you do. You get on here, you make fun of him, and you want to come on his show and you want to fucking be all nice, copacetic, and kosher. Dude, you're a fake. You're a fraud. You called my woman a whore. You called Ed Lippett's wife a fucking whore. You fucking called Big E's wives fucking whores. You
Are you
called Dave
upset,
Phelps'
Barry?
wives whores. You called Dave Phelps a pedophile. You called me a pedophile. You called
Tell me,
Big
tell me
Kevin a
how
pedophile.
you,
You called
tell me
everybody a
how you really
pedophile.
feel. Tell me how you
Bro,
really
you're a
feel.
fucking fraud, dude. You're a fucking moron, is what you are.
Keep it up.
You're gonna get deported, bro, because she's not gonna drop her complaint on you. She absolutely refuses to do that because she said, "I'm sorry, I love you." She said, "But my complaint to what he's done, the threats he's done, I'm not dropping a complaint because he's a bad person. The videos you've done threatening her and
All
everything
right.
else, and I got the videos on you where you were on camera calling me names, this, that, and the other shit, bro. I've
Well,
got you on camera.
why don't you present it?
I'm going to present it. The time the what is it? The director here seen the video of you when you was on camera with Ricky, bent over and mooned everybody and showed everybody your little fucking dick and no
You
nuts,
pleaded
motherfucker.
guilty. You pleaded
It don't
guilty.
matter if I
Told
plead guilty or not. My lawyer's not letting me plead guilty, bro. We're gonna come to a
you.
settlement. I'm not giving you no fucking money. I don't have no money. I'm indigent, you fucking moron.
Can you
So
go
I
to
tell you what,
jail?
why don't you go back to
Can you
why
go
don't
to
you go back
jail?
to America? Why
Can you
don't you
go to
go back to America and
Vickytown?
take care of your 60,000 peso fine? Now
Oh, don't worry
$60,000.
about my 60,000 peso fine. It has nothing to do with
You're
your sorry ass.
$60,000 you
Has
owe in
nothing
America,
to do with
motherfucker. You're
you.
running from the law. You're hiding in the Philippines,
Oh,
dude.
and you were never
You're
running
a
for the
pussy. You're a kid.
law.
No, I'm not. What misdemeanors? I owe $692 fucking dollars, bro. That's what I
Yeah.
owe.
And child support. Thousands of
not
dollars in
child support.
support.
Fucking fine, you moron. Anyway,
Yeah,
dude, you're a
that's
fucking
all right.
fake. You're a fraud. You're a liar. You're
Let
a
him
narcissist.
vent.
You're a pig.
Let him
You're a
vent.
child groomer. Get on there. Hey, little girl, where's your
Thank
bedroom?
you.
Hey, little boy, where's the hey, little boy,
This is why you're in trouble,
what is that?
Barry.
Oh, what
This
is that?
is exactly
There's
why
a
you're
man
in
that lives in the
trouble.
Philippines that has a pee as small as a mushroom. The mushroom, dude, what do you call it
Has
then, bro?
nothing to
What do you
do with
call
my
it?
case
What
with
do you call it? What do you call it?
It has
What do you
nothing to
call
do
it,
with my
Frank?
case with
What do you
you.
call
It's
it?
not
What do you
introduced
call?
as evidence.
What do you call singing about a dick with a child? What do you call it? What do you call it? Because if you would have sang that song with my son, I would have beat you with an inch of your fucking life, bro.
You couldn't
You
beat
would
your
have
own ass.
been damn near fucking dead. If you would have sang a song about a dick with my child, I'd have tried to kill you. I think the father should have tried to do that. You heard me, boy. You're a
You want
coward,
to say
son of a
something, man?
bitch. You're a
You say it in
fucking
court.
coward, motherfucker. I faced you in the courtroom.
Say
I've
it in
seen you at
court.
McDonald's. I've seen you at
Say
Monkey
it
and
in court.
Saul. You didn't do a fucking thing. And you
'Cause I
talking about when
couldn't
you
do
get
anything.
here? You talking about if you come in
But
here with me, bro?
you're on
You're gonna stand
trial.
over my fucking bed, motherfucker. I wish you would. You're
Are
a
you
coward,
upset,
bro.
Barry?
You're a 70-year-old child is what you are. You put cases on people because you're a pussy. You're a coward. You go around, run your mouth, you talk about people, and you hide and you put cases on people to try to get money back out of them that you spent on your own. I didn't
And
make
this is
you put
going to
that
help
case
your
on
case.
me. No, I didn't make you do shit. I'm not going to
And this
give you
is
no
gonna help
fucking money
you
because
out.
I don't have money to give. You ain't getting anything out of me, boy. You understand
So
me?
you'll
It's not
be
going to
in
fucking happen.
Vickiton.
And,
So you'll be in
I'm
Vickiton.
going to tell you right now, bro. You better
You'll
hope
be in
and pray
Vickiton if you don't
everything
pay.
works out.
You'll be in Vickiton if you don't pay. Didn't you know that?
I'm not going to be in Vickiton. How
Oh, yes,
can
you
you
will.
pay if you're indigent?
Oh, yes, you
right?
will.
Sorry, Kev. I didn't mean to come on and take over your show, bro. Sorry about
And
that.
why did you let him on here
That's all
anyway,
right.
Kevin? I thought we had to
No,
talk.
because I showed him who it was, bro. Because he had a big old grin on his face. Because he knew I was about to come on here and tear into your ass. Because you're too scared to talk to me man to man, motherfucker. You want to do
You're not
everything
a
through the
man.
court and try to have
You're not a
somebody.
man.
You want to have
You're
me
not a
put in
man.
prison for calling you a fucking name. It's
Well,
not
you
it's
can't
not
do
that
that out
serious of a
here.
crime.
You can't do that
Calling you
out
a
here.
name is not a
Yeah.
fucking serious crime, you motherfucker.
Obviously, you got 5 charges
Well, okay,
on you. It must be serious.
so you calling me a pedophile, telling everybody blah blah that I'm a rapist, that I'm a criminal, that I'm wanted. That's not cyber libel either, right? And then you getting on camera. I showed it on my videos. I showed it you on camera calling me a Shabu user, a woman beater, burning women's cigarettes, that I'm a criminal, this, that, and
Bring
the other
it to
shit.
court.
You've
You'll have
never
plenty
said
of
anything
time.
about me, right? Right?
Bring it to court. Bring it to court.
Boy, I'm not playing your game no more. I'm not playing your game, cuz.
It's not a game. I'm not playing a game at all
You
here,
are playing. That's all you're doing is playing games. This is a game to
No
you.
games. This
Yeah,
is a
this ain't
legal
a game
matter.
to me.
It ain't a game to me either.
Yeah, I know, Don. See, I'm going to prison for calling a man a coward, for calling him a pussy, for saying he has a little dick, for saying he's a
Yes, you
parasite.
are.
Oh, I'm
Yes,
gonna
you are.
spend 50 years in prison for that shit. Bullshit.
No, you're not going to spend 50 years in prison. You probably get about 10, though.
No, I'm not gonna get 10 years. I'm gonna get 10 years for what? It's not that serious of a crime, bro.
Is that what
Calling
you think?
American to American, calling you a
Oh,
name.
American
is
to
not that
American.
You're damn right.
American
If you were Filipino,
to
I would be
American.
worried.
Come
If you
on.
were Filipino,
Get
I'd be
off
worried.
that
But you're not Filipino,
platform.
bro. Go fuck yourself because you're an old man, bro. You're not a
This
man.
is
You're
why
a boy.
you're
For a
listen to
man
yourself.
to sit and threaten a fucking woman,
Kevin, could I
to
have a
threaten
moment
fucking
there?
woman,
Can
to
I have
threaten
a
a
moment
fucking
that I
woman
could
like you do,
speak?
threaten Shaw. Well, let's see. If
Yeah,
you
just
don't
a
drop
moment.
this penalty, there's going to be ramifications and repercussions. Motherfucker, I wish you would fuck with my girl.
I have
wish you
nothing to
fucking
do with
would.
your girl.
I wish you would, motherfucker. Why don't you fuck with her? Why don't you fuck with her? Why
The
don't you
guard's
fuck
trying
with
to
her?
tell you to get
Why
off your
don't you mess
phone.
with my girl? Why don't you
The
fucking
girl-
call her a
the
whore
guard
now?
is trying to get you to
Call
get
her a
off
whore
your
now with me
phone.
on here. Say she's a whore right now. Come on. Say it, big boy. You're a
Nope, I
fucking
never said
coward.
it. Never said it.
You're a fucking coward, you son of a bitch.
Never said it. Never
You
said
did
it.
say it. What you never said
Nope.
that I pay her
No,
to come
you
up
said
here and to
that.
have
I
sex
didn't
with me,
say
right?
that.
Come here.
You can't put words in my mouth, bro.
It is words I put in your mouth. I didn't put words in your mouth. That's
There
fucking
you
words
go.
you put in your own
This is
mouth.
what I mean.
You
It
put
is
words
to
in
put
your own mouth. You put words in. You're a fucking moron. You sitting there laughing, dude. You're a pussy. Anyway, Kev, I said
John's
what I had to say.
predicting about
See you
3
later, bro.
years.
Take care of yourself, man. Later, everybody.
All right,
Oh, he
Baron.
finally
Be
shut
careful.
up.
Take care.
He finally shut up. You see, Kevin, this is the exact reason while he's in his situation. As I told him, you want to say something in court, say in court. I'm not going to get on an argument thing on here with him. You know, you're upset. Okay, I understand you're upset. He had to put his 2 cents in here. That's okay. He needs a vent, and I understand that. You know, I completely understand that.
Yeah,
I'm a
I mean,
reasonable
that was
man.
good that he came on and said his piece.
Well, it's the thing is, Kevin, it's what he has to say, and it's never anything good. And he thinks that he could slide through the court system. The fact is that he pleaded guilty to the court. Now, we did not accept his plea guilty. We have a choice, but he did admit it in court. And here's the deal: is that um, if there's any kind of agreement monetarily, that's the only thing that's going to get him out, and that is the only thing that's going to get him out. Because hey, I put a lot of money on my court thing. I mean, what the fuck? I'm not going to get my full amount I put out, but we're going to come up with a reasonable figure. I've spent a lot of time on this, man. Why not? It's never about the money. It never is about the money in the first place. But if he really wants to bring this to a resolution, then he has to abide by some of the agreements that my lawyer is setting forth. And his lawyer's been giving him the best advice he could possibly give him. And his lawyer said right on the trial on camera that to the judge that he's been a very uncooperative client, doesn't want to listen to his advice. So why does he have a lawyer if he can't listen to it? And here's the thing. The fact is, if his girlfriend doesn't drop the case, or if I'm certainly lucky enough to have immigration agree with the counter affidavits and everything we put in, I'll either win one way or the other. So hopefully on one of these things. But the fact is, and you heard the way he came in yelling, and I'm just like talking regular. I wasn't saying mute him. I said, I'm a little upset with you that you put him on here, Kevin, because I kind of told you
Well,
that.
I seen like what Bama said. I seen his face, so I figured it's a good time because he don't come on too often. So I figured it was a good time to let him
No,
talk.
no, Mr. Scotty. Barry was not, what does he call it, smoking me. Although I'm having a cigarette right now, I'm smoking, but no, he didn't come
There
on
you
and
go.
smoke me. He needed to get out of his system, and that's okay. That's okay.
Ben
But
himself.
he doesn't understand the ramification. He pleaded guilty, and he cannot change his plea anymore. That's it. The judge heard it. He admitted guilt, and the judge can still convict him. Still convict him. And he thinks he sees an opening there. Well, he could. He could if certain things in the agreement will be set forward. And he says that, well, I'm not paying you nothing. Well, if the court wanted to award some lawyer fees and he don't pay it, they will put him in jail and he ain't going to be in the detention center and he will stay there until he could pay these fees. Not to mention court fines. Okay, we didn't mention that. And the other thing he wants to do, the judge could still put him away. So him and his lawyer got a lot to talk about. And his lawyer don't even like him. He's a very bad client. I mean, his lawyer made it pretty clear. So I'm not not on a goddamn cane, Barry. I was never in the hospital, and I'm not dead. Obviously, I'm a lot healthier than you will ever be, and you're 20 years younger than me. Keep that in mind. I may live for a long, long time, to your dismay, brother. But I knew, I had a feeling he would come on and say something, and that's okay. As you can see, I was pretty calm and collective and
Yeah.
said what I had to say. And, I was not going to argue with him. I'm still in the driver's seat on this, no matter what. And, I'll deal with immigration the best way I can. That's all I can do. I've handled things like this before. So, I mean, it's, whatever happens, happens. But he'll wind up guaranteed if I was able to get deported, which I don't think is going to happen. But if something like that happened, well, you know where he's going to be? He will be in Bikitan, more than likely, serving some kind of time. Even if it's like 3 years, he's probably going to get 3 years. He's not going home to mom's apple pie anytime soon. Let's just put it that way. That I could tell you.
And anybody know what Barry's channel's name is?
I'm not going to promote it. It's a
Yeah,
ridiculous
I mean,
name.
if somebody knows, just print it
Oh,
out.
I'll give him the name of his channel. It's Explore America. How's he going to do that if he's in a jail cell? Explore America? Even if he got to America, he's going to drive a fucking Ford Raptor or ride one of the stallions that his family owns and one of the thoroughbred horses. I mean, he'll wind up in a cardboard box somewhere. You know, he's got the best living situation that he's ever had in his life right now, and he knows it. And he knows it. This is one of his better situations. Free rent. And how do you think he got so fat? You think it's because he don't have money coming in? Man, that guy put on some poundage,
He
brother.
quit smoking. He quit
Kevin
smoking.
lost weight. Kevin lost weight, and he gained weight. I saw him in the courtroom the last time. He was too afraid to appear. He said, "Oh, I got the money to go pay for the transportation and lunch and everything else, you know." And I don't know, I'm supposed to be broke. I mean, how do I afford this to pay my lawyer? Jesus Christ, I had to pay him to do some paperwork just for this thing for the BOI. And of course, my regular fee for him to come. No, he drives me. He drives me to the courtroom and drives me back into Cebu. We got a good deal on that, you know? So it's okay. Barry needs to vent. I understand. He's been locked up like a fucking chicken for fucking almost 20 months now. So, you
Yeah,
know,
that's a
put it
long
this way.
time.
Let me put it this way. If shit hit the fan, I'll make a very eloquent statement. Actually, if shit hit the fan, I'll at least know one thing for sure. He's already spent, it's going to be pushing 20 fucking months imprisoned, off the streets, not causing trouble, off the streets. I've done everybody a favor. I've done Filipinos a favor, Filipinos a favor. He's off the streets. Whether people like me or don't like me, it don't matter. As far as I'm concerned, if this was a fucking pissing contest, I'd have a stream a lot stronger than his. You know, I got him where he should be. I have to pay my fees. So does he. He thought he was above the law. He still thinks he's above the law. Still thinks he's above the law. Even after having 5 charges, he said, "I've been charged with nothing." I'm like, what? You have 5 charges against you, dude. The judge could impose a sentence of so many years for each goddamn charge if he decides so. We got that power. And by the way, Barry, you have a hearing in March. If you can't settle this matter, then you're going to stay where you are until the next hearing in March. I guess your lawyer didn't tell you that, or maybe he did. There's a hearing date scheduled for next March next year. So you will still be confined to your wonderful little, you know, cozy little cell with ceilings are falling in and the rats and the dogs are coming in. He's even naming the goddamn cockroaches. He knows them by name. He deserves it. He fucking
Well,
deserves it. That wasn't nice to say about Shaw. There was a comment somebody just wrote there that she works on the streets. That wasn't nice to say about her.
yeah, that was kind of bad. Let me take that out.
Yeah, that wasn't nice to say. I don't even say that. Come on.
Delete.
And
I'll delete the
you guys
comment.
hear all my shows. You guys hear all my shows. I've never said those words, sir. I talked about conjugal visits, and that's not against the law. In fact, it's pretty common practice that they will allow in most jails. I don't know how that works in the Philippines. I imagine it's the same. If you're in a relationship, they have conjugal visits. There's nothing wrong with saying that. But no, he came out blatantly saying that I called her, quote, a whore, quote, a prostitute. He said that I threatened her and her family. That never happened either. You should have seen the bullshit that was on her report against me in a complaint. It was all bullshit. They've already establishing that there was an actual revenge situation going on that he coerced. He said in his own words, I could play the damn thing, but I'm not going to bother to play it. I got to get off in a minute. But they got a copy of it. Just sent out today. She should get a copy of this, I guess. And her lawyer, which I think is Barry's lawyer, by the way. I think he's representing both of them, by the way. My understanding is that it's the same lawyer. So his lawyer wanted me to dismiss the case. I said, fuck no, we're not dismissing no fucking case. Why? Uh-uh. If I did that, then he'd be able to come back into the country again once he got deported. I'm not dismissing nothing. That'd be clearing his record. No, I'm not going to clear his record. He did what he did. He admitted what he did. He pleaded guilty. He can't change his plea anymore. That's it. That's his last plea. The judge is going to go with that. He admitted his guilt. And on that merit alone, he doesn't agree on certain terms. Then guess what, Kevin? The case is just going to continue to go on. It could go on for years and he'll still be incarcerated. Because unless you settle the case he has going on with him right now, he remains where he is. Maybe he likes where he is. I don't know. Free rent. Who had better than him? He's saving money. He's got about 12 grand in the bank now. He got Social Security. Of course he's got it. He's had it the whole time. You've heard his stories in the past. Same shit. His girlfriend probably doesn't even know that he's getting his Social Security because he's cheaping out. You know, poor girl has to take a second part-time job to help bring food to him and supplies, under on deodorant, shower aids, soap.
She's a good woman for supporting him.
I don't know how she puts up with it, but that's her gig. I'm not going to say nothing bad about her. He's hoping that I do. He was trying to rile me up in order to get me to say something that he could use against me, but it didn't work. I was just hanging back, listening to him, saying what he had to say, let him vent. I intervened a couple of times, had a few laughs. I figured he would come on. I expected him to come on. Yeah. I know, yes, Optimist says, I will pay for how many years it takes. I don't care. Okay, Graham says to obtain an exit visa, you need to show that you do not have a case against you. That is the purpose. I don't have a case against me. Oh, I know what you're talking about. That is the purpose of the clearance documents, right? Yeah, I don't have a case. No, I don't have a case against me. Let's make it straight. I have a complaint against. This is not a court case. This is more of a civil matter. Even my lawyer said it to BOI. This is not a matter of something that could be put under any criminal correlation at all. This is more of a civil matter. So if she wants to put a civil case against me, she could do that too. Okay. I mean, if she wants to spend the money, I'm not going broke anytime soon. Thank you very much. So whatever, I go on with my life every day. I'm not obsessed with him to the point I got to think about him every day. I do what I do when I get up in the morning every day until I go to bed at night. And it's the same thing every fucking day. And, I'm not sitting here pulling out my hair. I'm not loading myself with meds, as Don would like to think. This is just me. You're hearing the real me. I'm not on any meds right now. And what if I was? Still the same person. No big deal. Doesn't change my personality in any form or way. People take diabetes medication. People take heart problem medication, So whatever. How many people out there are probably on 12 different bottles of medicine every fucking day? So what? I have anxiety. Oh, geez. How terrible. I'm not pulling my hair out. I'm not beating up my girlfriend. I'm not I'm not running in the streets, running amok, pulling my hair out, yelling chicken and the sky's falling or something, I'm just my regular self and I'm happy who I am. I don't have a problem with myself. I think the only problem I had was going on YouTube that I regret, but not really. I had fun on YouTube, but okay, I am off, as you guys can actually see. I'm only on Big Kevin's StreamYard. I'm not doing any shows. I didn't get knocked off. My videos are still there. I got a couple of them I kept up. It's voluntarily. I didn't get yelled at by my lawyer, and I didn't get yelled at by Gilda. Nothing at that point. I just don't see a purpose anymore. I'm officially off YouTube and for real this time. And this is for real. I've been on for a couple of weeks. I decided to do a little cameo here with you. Me and you talked privately before the show, and we had a good talk about Thailand and this and that. And it was all
Yeah.
good. I didn't knock you in any way. I think I gave you some good advice, and that's about it. So no cane. I didn't drop dead. I'm not in the hospital. I'm just not posting. It's not, you know, not a big deal. It was time, and I decided that this is probably the best time to do it. And is it all, I was always say my saying, Kevin, it all comes out in the wash, and they all float, Kevin. They all float, and they will.
They all.
Ever,
Uh,
they all float, Kevin. And the bad thing about Barry, amongst many things, is that he's his own worst enemy. He comes on your show yelling at me, and was always asking me to come on his show for what? I got a court case going on. And he's always talking about, you see me in a parking lot, you didn't do anything. Well, duh, of course not. I got a court case against him. I'm going to get into a rumble with him in the regional trial court parking lot. I mean, get real. He would love that, though. But, all we ever did was flip each other the bird. I was going to get into no confrontation with him. There's no way in the world. I'm not that stupid. But he continues, and this has also been mentioned, immigration too, and it ain't going to help him out. And what was mentioned is that he's still doing shows. From the first day he got the charges on him, he continued to make shows that everybody's heard or seen. And that was the stupidest thing he could ever do. And the thing is, Kevin, is he can't stop. It's like a broken light switch that you try to turn the lights off and it just won't turn off. And it's the same thing with his mouth. He has some kind of he has some kind of a tick or something that he can't stop. And it's like in drag. I mean, it's like, I remember one time I was laughing. I was on a job and I had this what was she? Not Samoan. Riding with me. Tongan, thank you. A nice gal. We used to ride around sometimes. She had to ride around me. And we brought up something that was really funny. And I went into a laughing thing where I actually could not stop laughing. And this is kind of what's going on with him. It's like it triggered a laugh complex in me or something. And I swear to God, my face was red. And probably thought I was crazier than hell, and I wouldn't blame her. But we were talking about something that was really funny, and I just couldn't stop laughing. It was like a tick or something, like the tick himself, But he does it differently, Kevin. He can't seem to shut his mouth. It doesn't realize that it's him himself, not me. I'm not the guy with the black hat here. He put himself, I didn't tell him to not pay his fees for 7 years. He thought he was above the law. I didn't tell him to do that. He did that on his own accord. And whatever he called me, he did it on his own accord. Okay, and it got to a point where I said, well, this has been going on for a long time. And I think that I really have to do something about this. And, I thought about this for a while and pondered whether I want to do a case on him. And I decided, because he didn't shut up. And don't forget, there are thousands of people who see his show over time. It's not that he has thousands of people watching his show, but over time, people hear what he says about me. And he says that it's only words. It's not only words. You don't call somebody a child predator when they're not a child predator. I've never touched a kid. Even he said it himself. He said, I don't think Frank's a child predator. But you should have sung a song around this kid, the Muffin song. What a big fucking hoop-de-doo he made about, much ado about nothing. Much ado about nothing. Was that a Shakespeare quote or whatever it was named? But he don't understand. His disposition precedes him. He just can't shut his mouth. And even when he just came on your show, all he was doing was yelling at me, and he's still calling me the same names again. And this is why he's in that position. So I'm sorry, but I don't feel any compassion for this man. I never will. It's not going to happen, you know. I didn't read Big E's comment and went too quick there. But even Big E and these people know he did wrong. They know he did wrong, but they're just basically saying that he spent enough time. Well, I didn't put him in there for 19, 20 months. No, I didn't have a time set. I didn't pay anybody to put him in there. Nothing of that sort. He's in there because he happens to have another case against him, and that's how it works. And that's why he's been in there so long. And he didn't help himself out the whole time, Kevin, by, what got him in trouble? What got him in trouble? He called me a pedophile. He didn't stop, right? And 5 charges, and you're going to go on YouTube again? And you're going to do the same thing that got you in trouble? That's lunacy. That's fucking lunacy, man. Anyway, I got to go. Thank you very much for having me on. We had a nice talk before we. Yeah, I'd like to see Seth Style come back on.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. But anyway, make your move, Kev,
Well,
and
it's on the way.
yeah, make your move and start your life. Stop ringing the goddamn bell in the bars, and don't be buying drinks for all the chicks just to have company. Don't do that. I mean, you do whatever you want, but find a
Yeah.
woman that's generally interested in you, and you don't have to buy her a drink in order to keep her at the table. And I understand. We talked about it prior to the show backstage, and I kind of understand your position. At least when I went to the Philippines, I had somebody to go to. I had a reason to go. You came out there, without your saddle, and try to wing it as best as you can. And unfortunately, it's just come to a point where you're not feeling fulfilled. It's nice to have the girls to talk to and stuff, but they're all barflies. And if you really want to find a woman, if you're really serious about that, you're gonna have to take a different direction. That's very nice about you, and I wasn't jumping on your case, and you know that. We talked prior to this show,
Yeah.
and you got to settle down, and you can find a woman friend that's a good companion, preferably not a bar girl. You could find just stay away from the bar districts as much as you can. Move to a province. You could find a nice girl that'll take to you, and you don't have to be buying her drinks and all that just to have company. It's nice to have company, and I understand completely your situation. I actually do. You know, uh, I was in the Philippines at one time when I didn't have anybody lined up at one point, and it was a lonely experience, even for a couple of days in my hotel room. It's like when I didn't want to see a couple of women that I seen before that didn't work out, I didn't want to hang around with them again. But sometimes it got so desperate that I called one of them up and said, "Yeah, let's just hang together." But that didn't last long. I figured, no, why do that?
Yeah.
So I'd rather be alone. I'd rather be alone than have to be with a woman that don't really care for me and have to hang around in a bar, and I don't drink anyway. So it doesn't, phase me to go to a bar because I don't drink. I don't even drink beer. I could go to a bar, drink a ginger ale or something. That's still okay. But I'm not a bar person. I'm just not a bar. I don't feel comfortable in these seedy bars. You go down Cebu, you see the passcode place, and you see the all these different on in the Mango area. These are dirty, smelly, scummy little shitholes. And I don't go to places like that. The wildest place I've ever been was in Ballard area in Seattle, which was a rough club. There were coke dealers there were fights in the parking lot, knifings and shit. And I had a group of people I used to hang around every now and then when they'd show up. I'd come out and I'd have a few drinks. There was live music and dancing. But when I seen things were going crazy, I had a friend of mine, happened to be an African American, he was a nice guy. I liked him. And color had nothing to do with it at all. In fact, he was very happy when I said to him one time, Ted, I don't see you in color. I told him. He really appreciated this. I see you as a person, not as an African American or whatever you want to define yourself. But the thing about him, he was selling coke on the side. So I had to be very careful to hang around this guy because I didn't want to get caught up in any of his shit. I was very particular who I was with when I went out to these dance clubs. Very particular. If I seen something was going down, I was out of there, man. I'm just not a bar fly. That's not me. All these foreigners come here, they all hang around the bars. You could have done that in the country you came from. Explore the culture, see
Yeah.
what there is to offer out here. That's what I'm saying, man. Frank wants compensation. Well, you know what? This case was not about money. Hey, Mazda. Barry said that he's broke, but he has money in the USA. Yeah, right. And I'm 30 years old. Yeah, wishful thinking on both of us. He has no money in the States, and he's getting his Social Security. What's horrible is that he lies to his girlfriend, though. That's a horrible thing. If he loves his girlfriend, you be truthful to her. Everybody thinks I got something against Shaw. Other than, yeah, of course, they're putting a complaint against me. I'm not happy about that. Obviously not. I'd be lying through my teeth, and I do have teeth. I'd be lying through my teeth if I said I was happy about that. That she wants to interfere with my life. I actually have a real family here. They don't have to be blood, Kevin. They're my family. But because Barry wants revenge, this is what he did to get her, and he adamantly denies it, but that's all bullshit, and we all know that. He used his own words. We got the recording of it. She was coerced into doing a case to exact revenge against me, and that's all it was. He's a liar. Well, we know that he's a chronic liar. So I expected him to come on here, and I figured let him vent. I'll give him that much. He was yelling at me. Am I yelling at him? No, I was cool and calm as a cucumber. I was even laughing. I'm not sedated or anything. I'm not on anything right now. But I figured let him vent. He deserves that much. Let him vent. Shit, if I was cooped up for almost 20 months, fuck, I'd be a lot worse than him. I probably, if somebody came to me and said a lame word, I'd probably cold cock him or something. I understand the frustration, but he put it on himself, bottom line. I don't want to hear anything else from Don or anybody else. He did it all to himself. That's it. Let's face the reality. We could talk all the bullshit we want on here, but every one of you listens to his shows. You know his history. Everybody knows his history, how many people he owes money to, and Cliff and Prince and all these people. He took Pennsylvania truckers' money, part of it when it was supposed to go to his ex-girlfriend. He's done some really horrible shit, but I got him off the street. Nobody thanks me for that. I got him off the street for over 19 fucking months. We could have been going around to the bars, getting in trouble, owing the managers money. He's done that stuff, and we all know this stuff. It's like not new news. He caused destruction in everybody's life that he's touched. He deserves to be in this situation, and he's not home free. And Barry, you have a case in March, by the way. So if your lawyer doesn't agree on certain terms, I hate to tell you, but your plea of guilty becomes null and void as far as getting you to freedom to get your summary deportation going. No, you're going to continue with court cases, and this could go on for years. I hate to tell you that. You may have to give in to some of these requests. And hey, this is helping you out. Look, you already admitted guilt. You pleaded guilty. You want out so bad. You've been telling people, "I want out of here. I want out of here. I don't want to. I want to go back home." You want to go back home to what? What are you going to go back to? Family don't like you. Come on, man. Go back to what? Go back to what? You're going to be arrested again. It's just not working out for you, pal. But you pleaded guilty, and the court heard it. The minutes have been taken down by the court clerk. You ain't going to back out of that one. You can't turn your horse around and say, I'm not guilty anymore. You're not in a position to not negotiate with me. I didn't have to negotiate with you on anything. I talked it over my lawyer before we went in on there. I says, I'll cut him a little break. He's been in there long enough. I figured I'd cut him again. He's destroyed it for himself, Kevin. I figured I'll give him a little break. If he wants to agree to certain things, then you will be on your way home. But of course, he's going to have to come up with any money to compensate me. Of course, I've spent a lot of money on this. I think it's only fair that he started this shit up and said some horrible allegations against me and labeled me as something that I'm not. And sure, I've spent a lot of money on this shit. We're not asking for millions of pesos, nothing like that. No, he doesn't have to worry about that. We came up with a figure I'm not going to discuss on here that if he manages to pay that, he stays out of jail. And if he doesn't pay it, he'll remain in jail, but probably not in a Mandawi center. He probably will be put in Victorton or somewhere until he's able to pay off these expenses. That includes lawyers' fees and fines, whatever the court deems to be fair. They may even put time on him no matter what, because he committed a crime, specifically 4C4 of the 10175 RA codes. He broke the law. He admitted pleading guilty to it. It's probably something he shouldn't have done. And I was saying that to myself, is he really going to do that? Is he that desperate? Then when he pleaded guilty, I said, wow, he really did it. He was happy about it. He was so happy on his show. Oh, I got something off my chest. You know, he might have made it worse for himself. And some people were saying, don't plead guilty, don't plead guilty. But he thought he was going to walk out a free man. He says in 5 days, he's going to walk out a free man. How does he figure that? He can't. How does he figure that? No, it ain't going to work that way, bro.
Well, couldn't he plead no contest?
No. His lawyer wanted the case dismissed. I said, we're not that stupid. We're not going to dismiss the case. That means he won't have anything on his records, like he never did what he did to me. He'd be free and clear, and he'd be able to enter the country again. But I got news for him. Basically, by pleading guilty, you're convicted. And he's got the immigration against him because he's overstayed 7 years. And he's got this case. And guess what? It's a permanent blacklist. My lawyer already told me. He will never, ever be able to come into this particular country again. The minute he pleaded guilty, he lost that opportunity. That's why I wasn't trying to encourage him either the other way to plead guilty or not plead guilty. That's up to him. He decided to plead guilty, and, well, he kind of did a little boo-boo because now he's definitely not going to be able to, once he gets reported, he's not going to be able to come into this country again, ever. He'd go to Asia somewhere else. He could meet his girlfriend there, and I got to get off. We got to get some sleep, Ron. It's been a very busy couple of days in Cebu. Trust me when I say that. You love this show, Scott? Don? I'm happy for you, Don. I'm happy for you. Scotty, I love this show. I know you do. You live for this stuff, Don. All right, hey, man, you could go talk about Says Style. I know that was going to be one of your topics on here, but you took advantage of me coming on here. I was only going to be on here for 5 minutes, as I told you, but, well, you know, it went way over that. But I'm glad that he got on. He got to vent a little bit. He needed that. He needed to have some direct talk with me, and that was fine. That was fine. He got to vent a little bit. Just get it out of his system. And what did he do when he vented, Kevin? Same thing, didn't he, Kevin? He started attacking me again. And Barry, that's why you're so fucked up. It's your mouth. That's why you've been in there for almost 20 months. And by the way, to a certain degree, if shit hit the fan, I'm happy with the status quo. I got your ass imprisoned, and call it what you want, for almost 20 months. It's going to be a lot more than that. You have a case scheduled, Barry, for March, by the way, next year, 2025, March. So if you can't satisfy the requirements that my lawyer is requesting from your lawyer, you're going to be there for a long time. This case could go on for years. My money is, I'm not broke. It's not a big deal. Okay. And I got nothing but time on my hands. I'm retired. And you're just going to spend a longer time incarcerated. That's all I could tell you. You know, you want to be stubborn and not give in to something that could potentially set your ass free, and you won't agree on certain terms. Are you out of, well, I know he's out of his mind, but you really got to be out of your mind. If you really want to be free, you've been, just crying about this. I want out of here. How are you going to do that if you don't cooperate? I am truly in a driver's seat here. And even if his girlfriend succeeds in what she's doing, I have two other avenues that I could take to not make that happen. And this could take a long time. That I ain't going anywhere anytime soon. He's trying to say, everybody, you got 5 days. They could be there to come and get you in 5. Yeah, they're going to come over here and they're going to arrest me and they're going to put me in a cell next to him. No, he wouldn't want me in a cell next to him. I guarantee you that. He'd be begging to be put in Bickerton if he
Come
had
on
me
now.
in there. All right, I got to go, but thanks for having me on. And, you know, it was good that he vented. The boy needed to vent. He's been venting on his show, but this is his stupidity. He's doing live shows from his goddamn cell. Yes, immigration did approach him about that. He goes, I don't have a YouTube channel. He even lied to immigration. I'm not on YouTube. I got nothing on there. Well, they don't know he has another show called Exploring America. He says, see, I used to have the show. Is it on there anymore? It's not on it. I'm not on YouTube anymore. Boy, he has excuses for everything. Excuses for everything. Why don't you just face up to the reality, Barry, that you put yourself in a really shitty situation? I'm not the bad guy here, Bo. Okay? I didn't spend 4 years calling somebody a fucking pedophile and a chomo and a guzzler and a child molester and ED, erectile dysfunction, and all that. You did. You did. Your mouth. So stop bitching and whining and be a real man that you always talk about. You're not a real man if you don't face up. You want to spend more time in there? I can help you out with that. It don't matter if I got deported. You're still spending time in there. My case still goes on. It doesn't stop, Barry. As long as I pay him his fees to go to court and write up paperwork, the case still continues, son. You got that straight? Do you understand your situation right now? You better have a little talk with your lawyer, my friend. Use that term, not literally. But you need to do a hell of a lot of thinking. If you really want to get out of there, you better come up with some money. Okay, and if you can't come up with the money, guess what? They imprison you. They keep you in prison, probably Bickerton in one place, BGMP, until you can pay the fees. Your ass is going to be in jail. Okay, and you have a case in March of 2025. So if you can't settle this, we know you're going to be in there at least until March and probably a long time from there because, the dockets are full. It takes a couple of months sometimes in between. So enjoy your stay, man. If you want to maintain that attitude, then go right ahead. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. Okay. I'll read the statement from Frank the Toadfish. Frank faced reality. I'll read it. Frank faced reality, dude. No, I didn't cause all this. He caused it. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I fished Bama with the trolls and caused it to face it. Why don't you just explain everything that you said about Shaw and Barry? Left out in part. I didn't leave anything out. I didn't threaten his girlfriend. I didn't call her a whore or a prostitute. I beg to differ. That's Bama's words. He went to play a video. What did it say on a video? Conjugal visits. That's not the same as calling somebody or they want to hear the words. The word. You know the word? Did you ever get the word, Barry? Mr. Religious. Have you heard the word? Well, the real words are whore and prostitute. Never came out of my mouth with his girlfriend at all. You could say it till the cows come home, but it doesn't change anything. I've never called it out. I never threatened her life. I never threatened her family. So get over yourself. Thanks for having me on, Kevin. And you have a good one, and I hope things work out for you. All right. Take care. No, there's no
All right, Frank,
roundabout
thanks for
anything.
coming on. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Okay, just official, just to let you know, I am actually off YouTube. No, this is for real this time, obviously. So but doesn't mean I won't listen here and there. I decided to do a to StreamYard with you. Seen you were coming on.
There you
Seen your
go.
link. I said, well, why not? You know. Yeah. Well, Barry, let Barry present the videos. Let him, let's continue the case for a couple of 5 years or something. He's going to be incarcerated and, whatever. I didn't abuse nobody in a fucking wheelchair. That was all made up shit. That's old hat shit. Yeah, right. I'm abusing every woman on the street, right? I got two children that live with me, and I'm supposedly what I'm abusing them too, right? Get a grip. Get a fucking grip. Okay, man, it's been fun. And
All right, Frank, thanks for coming by.
no problem. I didn't mind at all. I haven't been on here for a while, and I'm off after 2 hours. Passport? No, I'm not. I've been off for 2 weeks. I've been off for 2 weeks. I haven't been doing no uploads, no shows, nothing. I'm just on Kevin's StreamYard. I'm not on my channel, so I'm not making shows on here, obviously. So I will be broke soon. Really? You know it's in my bank account, huh? That's interesting. PP. PP. Do you got a PP, Don? What do you have down there? You got a vagina instead? I don't know. Whatever. Okay. March, yes. March is his next hearing. March is his next hearing. That'll be it. Okay, take care. Thanks for having me on, man. Oh,
All right,
you
buddy,
miss me,
thanks for coming
Don.
by. Be safe.
You, Don misses me. Bye-bye. Toot toot ta-ta. Okay. 10:48. Oh my goodness, we're late tonight.
Yeah, it's 9:48 here.
Okay. It is. Those 10:48. Us old men got to get our sleep. You know what I'm saying? All right. Bye-bye.
All right, buddy, thanks for coming by.
All right.
So what's going on today? Yeah, Frank, thanks for coming by. Had a good show with you. Glad Bama had time to come on. If anybody else want to come up and say whatever, oh, speak of the devil.
Hey man, look, I want to apologize for coming on your show and doing that yelling, and I want to issue an apology to you. I shouldn't have been talking about you, and I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I was in the wrong, so I just wanted to apologize and say, look, bro, let bygones be bygones. Well, that's the end of that shit. So, anyway, but I do apologize.
Yeah, I don't carry a grudge.
But this fucker, bro, he's a liar, dude. That's all he does is lies. Case coming in March. Well, if that was so, when Shy met with her lawyer, and when she went to go meet my lawyer, rather, it's not her lawyer no more. My lawyer, he'd have said something about the court date, but she's not going to. She refuses. She told me she loves me. She said, but he harassed her enough, threatening to have people call her brother. I have it. I have the video on there. Everybody's heard it. I had the video where he's mooning and that. I showed immigration that shit. I've showed them that, and
And what did your lawyer had to tell you? Anything promising?
Yeah, I can get bail. If I can get bail, if I can get the money up for bail, then I'm good to go. I get bail, then I'm out of here. So yeah, that's all I gotta do. I tell you, Don, shut your mouth, bro. I don't even like you anyway. But that's just how things go, man. You know, I can't tell you everything my lawyer said, but I can get bail. I wish they would have told me this shit. What was it? How many months ago?
Okay.
They'd have told me, how many months ago was that? They told me that I could get bail. If they'd have told me that, man, I'd have bailed out a lot to try to get the money up to raise to get the fuck out of jail a while back. But now the bail thing's coming up. I pleaded guilty now. Oh, now you just need to get bail, this, that, and the other. And I'm not going to agree to anything he has to say. I'm not going to do it because he's going to want money. I'm indigent, bro. I don't have money. My disability is cut off until I get to the doctor. Now, I know everybody, he keeps saying this, that, and the other, but he don't have proof of anything. So, and he's going to want he's going to want 500,000-600,000 pesos for lawyer fees. I'm not going to give it to him. He doesn't deserve any money. Everything he's gotten on here and said about this person, that person, he's called everybody who wants to donate so he can invest money in Coinbase. And I don't think so. I can't even make a Coinbase account. I tried this shit. I ain't doing that shit no more. LOL. You shut it. Anyway, but I'm not the reason I'm in here. I overstayed. I own that. Yeah, I did. I overstayed. But I wasn't about to put it out on YouTube. Kevin, that would have been stupid. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like when you overstayed. Did you blurt out to the world, hey, I'm an overstayer, blah, blah. Did you tell people? Of course you didn't. I didn't tell nobody because
I kept it to myself.
Exactly what you do. You keep that shit to yourself. You don't fucking go out and tell this person, that person that, hey, man, I overstayed, dude, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I'm not going to advertise it.
So, but I don't know, man. I'm so sick of this shit, sick of his shit. And it's a game to him. He knows it's a game, bro. He's playing with my life and my freedom. I overstayed. I didn't tell him to fucking call the BI or grease their palms to come pick me up. I didn't. What was it? I didn't tell him to put a case on me. I didn't tell him not to like me. That's his own decisions, not mine. I had nothing to do with it. This. Is him. I'm not having anything to do with me sitting here. He is. This isn't my fault. You know what I mean? It's his. He's the reason I'm here. So anyway. But yeah, I just want to get on here and apologize to you for all that shit and being on your channel doing that.
Yeah, no problem.
But I want to get off, and you guys don't listen to anything that fucker says. So anyway, guys, take care. God bless. Kevin, see you later, brother.
All right, Barry, be safe. Talk to you later. Thanks for coming on. Smash that like button, you guys. Had a very good show. We had Frank on, we had Barry on, we had Frank and Barry on at the same time, and then we had them on individually. So yeah, very good show. Even though I was talking about Seth's style comeback, but he's gonna have his own show, and then we all could tune in and watch him coming back. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. But yeah, I'll give everybody a chance to come up. If anybody else want to come up, I'll put the link out right now. You can put in your 2 cents. I mean, I appreciate Frank and Barry coming up and talking halfway decent to each other. Could be worse. We've been on for an hour and a half already, so yeah. If anybody want to come up, tell us what you think. What is your opinion? Everybody has an opinion, so take advantage of it. Yeah, I like Seth's style too. Graham, good man. Yeah, he blew me away. Called. I seen his icon come up and him saying who he is, and I'm going, whoa! I know what his voice sounds like, so that's how. But yeah. We got 50 people watching, hanging out with us here in the bullpen. I think 50 of you guys could smash that like button. Appreciate that part. Again, this is free entertainment. I mean, again, I like to thank Barry and Frank for coming up. Frank and Barry and Frank for them coming up and giving their point of view. Yeah, you guys. Well, again, you got to look at how long Barry's been in jail. That's pretty long time for what he's supposed to have done. Time for him to get out, I think. My own opinion, of course. So I'll take a survey. Who won the debate? Well, I don't know. Barry had some good, you know. Like I said, I think Barry's time is up. He should go home, get out of jail, police for sure. Yeah, you guys leave a comment. Leave a comment after the show. What you think about it? What you think about Frank? What you think about Barry? What you think about Seth Style coming back? Thank you guys for the super chat. I appreciate. We had 3 super chats. That's always helpful, especially around Christmas time. So yeah, you guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Not everybody hits the like button, so that is good. All right, you guys, I'm gonna get off, and nobody else wants to come on. I'm gonna get off. I didn't eat yet, so I'm gonna kill this show and go out. But again, yeah, Don C, Douglas, Frank's Lonely Horse. Give a shout out to Pennsylvania Trucker again. I hope he has a speedy recovery from his back surgery and neck surgery. Okay, yeah. Press 1 for Barry. Press 2 for Frank. Oh, Don C put 3. But yeah, maybe good show. Give myself 2 thumbs up. I wasn't gonna have a show, but I figured I'll just come on and tell everybody that I spoke to Seth Style, and he's getting ready to do his comeback hurrah. So yeah, you guys. There you go, Don. Well, like I said, he already had the surgery, so and looked like it was a good surgery. So I'm not gonna ring no bell no more. I learned that. Maximus. Hello, Maximus. Oh, well, we got a lot of people going for Barry. Ah, good for me. Up. There we go. Three was for me. Yeah, like I said, it was got lucky and did a show, and had both of these gentlemen on at the same time. Yeah, Maximus. I talked to Seth Style a couple of days ago on my Facebook Messenger, and he was telling me that he's going to do a comeback. I don't know. He could be a bad man. Thank you guys for the thank you for the super chat. That definitely comes in handy. I like coffee. I like Philippine native coffee. I like. Yeah, $2. No bill. Big Kevin, no bill. Bull. I appreciate that, man. Only 7-Eleven coffee. Hey, coffee's coffee, you know. That 3-in-1 instant coffee, it all tastes good. That's if you like. Thank you, Charlie, for the $2. All right, you guys. I appreciate you guys' time hanging out with us. Don't look like nobody's gonna come up, so I'm gonna call it a night. So yeah, you guys smash that like button. Thank you for the super chat. Thank my two guests for coming up, and giving us their 2 cents. Don't forget, eat, drink, and be merry. For tomorrow, you don't know what's going to happen the next day. So live life to the fullest. Get out of the house. Go walkie doggy. Do something, but don't stay in your house and wish you could do something. You know, it's everybody says they wish they could do it. Well, don't wish too much. Just go out and do it. We got Passport TV in here. I'd like to give him a shout out. Coming out and hanging out with us. Yeah, we had around 52 people watching at one time. So thank you all for coming out. So yeah, you guys. I'm gonna get out. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. Benjamin, you missed a good show, man. You came in a little bit too late. But maybe you catch the next one coming up. Kev. I'm sure I saw it says today. Could be. He is in Southeast Asia, so he just didn't say where in Southeast Asia. So he could be in the Philippines right now, matter of fact. All right, you guys, Don, have a good night. But again, thanks for coming out. Thanks for hanging out. You all be safe wherever you are in this world. Leave a comment after the show. And I'll talk to you guys later on. Here we go. All right, you guys. I appreciate the super chat from everybody. Joseph, Scott, Chip Charlie. Wow. Three from Chip Charlie. Appreciate that, man. Scott, give me $5. Joseph, give me $50. Thank you, guys. All right, you guys. I'll talk to you all later. God bless. Thanks for coming out. Catch you on the next one.